How is Romans structured, you ask? Great question. I love it when you ask these great questions. Verses 1 through 17, chapter 1, that's the prologue, and we'll look at that in a moment. It's really in three parts: sin, salvation, service, or we could say the covenant of works and the covenant of grace. And then there are two parts to the covenant of grace, right? Justification and salvation, or justification and sanctification. And then when we think about justification, sanctification, and glorification, we can call that salvation. And of course, it is all of grace alone, right? By grace alone, through faith alone.
Text the Heidelcast at any time at 760-618-1563. This is the Heidelcast.
Apart from all the historical background that I've given you, if you only take away one thing from this episode, I hope you'll take away that the book of Romans is in three parts. And by the way, that's the reason the Heidelberg Catechism is in three parts. If I wasn't writing a commentary on the Catechism called Guilt, Grace, and Gratitude, I'd call this series Guilt, Grace, and Gratitude, but that would be confusing. So sin, salvation, and service it is, or covenant of works and covenant of grace. And as Calvin and Olivianus said, Calvin said that we have a duplex gratia, twofold grace from God. That is justification and sanctification. They're distinct, but they're not separated. And my guy Olivianus said that there's a double benefit of Christ, and that is justification and sanctification. And those are the two aspects of the covenant of grace. And that's part of the good news, narrowly justification and broadly the consequences of justification. That is sanctification. So bad news, the first part of the book from 118 to 320. And then the good news, 321 through 1136, that's the covenant of grace. And then our new life in Christ, 12:1 through 16:27. So that's chapters 12 through 16.